Okay, good morning, everybody. It is 10:30. Scott, yeah, I see your note. I will definitely have Dion reach out to you. Thanks so much. And good morning, everybody. Thanks for joining us. It's a beautiful rainy spring day here in the DMV, and I'm excited to share this presentation with you. But first, we're going to go over some housekeeping tips and reminders. If anybody has any questions at all during the presentation or after, feel free to type them in the Q&A window at any time or the chat. We'll have some time at the end. For everything else, reach out to me at sales@tristaterestores.com. We are recording, and a link to view the video and PDF presentation will be shared with everyone. Visit tristaterestores.com/VCB for a complete archive. We also have our archive now on our YouTube channel at Tri-State Restores. Starbucks gift cards. 10 lucky attendees today will receive a $5 card. Stay to the end and find out how. After the coffee break, please complete the post-event survey. Share the topics you'd like for us to cover at our next one. We will see you the last Wednesday of the month, June 25th. And if you like this presentation, please share our links, our registration links with your colleagues. We would love to share this information with everyone. Hopefully, we get a nice wide net and we're helping to keep people safe in their homes and their workplaces. And stay to the end. One lucky attendee today will take home an Amazon gift card. Hey, Hillary, thanks for joining us. Thanks, Robin. Good morning. So, who we are, for those of us new today, we are a family owned, locally operated, established firm. Tri State operates in the Washington, D.C. metropolitan area as a residential disaster recovery firm. We specialize in mitigation, remediation, removal, cleanup, and restoration efforts of both large and small water, fire, mold, biohazard, lead, and odor caused damages. Our company's mission is turning disaster into peace of mind because we're committed to easing the burden of handling your property disaster by providing you with the best customer experience and services possible. Again, this is our suite of services. We assist with water mitigation, mold remediation, lead abatement, fire and smoke restoration and odor control, biohazard and trauma disinfection, and sewage mitigation and cleanup efforts. We also carry our MHIC and can help as a full service contractor in the state of Maryland and in the district. We're an IACRC certified firm, EPA lead safe certified, IQA smart mold firm, 5-star rated. We have all of our employees are infectious disease and water restoration technician certified, and we have 2 EPA licensed asbestos inspectors on staff. We're also members of 3 wonderful community associations, Property Management Association, 2 chapters of CAI and AOBA. So now it's time for the fun. Let's get into it. It is National Electrical Safety Month. We are here to help you with protecting your property from electrical hazards. But first, a little fun interactive question. Can everybody tell me one thing they know about electrical safety? Feel free to share it in the chat. We're gonna do kind of a reverse questionnaire today. We're gonna start off with what you know and then hopefully see what you've learned. Who knows something about electrical safety? Well, as y'all are typing everything in, I asked my children this very same question. And as you guys know, any repeat offenders here who come every month, I love to incorporate my kids in these presentations. I end up thinking about things in a very different way. So my oldest, Bart, he's 10, he reminded me, Mom, don't stick a fork in the electrical outlet. I was like, fair, that's good. And we're gonna prevent some deaths. Very good job, kid. My youngest, Max, said it can hurt you. So always remember to ask an adult first and see if it's okay to touch. Well, this was a proud mom moment, so we're gonna do a little robot dance. GFCI stand for ground fault circuit interrupters and help prevent accidents. Yes, ma'am, they are perfect in wet conditions. You use GFCIs in places like bathrooms and kitchens to make sure that you're not causing an electrical arc that could kill you. Inspect cords and outlets regularly. No electrical appliances near water. Correct. UL approved only. Perfect. It's UL. Underwriters Laboratories. And don't use any frayed cords. Awesome. So you guys are coming with a good set of background in electrical safety. Obviously, electricity and us don't mix. We are made of water, majorly. And we can be electrocuted fairly easily as humans. So we're going to talk about protecting us and protecting our property. So, what is Electrical Safety Month? May is designated as National Electrical Safety Month. This is a month, is a time for increased awareness and focus on the importance of safe electrical practices in homes and workplaces. The goal is to reduce electrical related accidents, fires, and fatalities. This effort is crucial for raising awareness about electrical hazards and promoting safe practices to prevent injuries, fires, and property damage. It emphasizes the importance of taking precautions around electricity, both at home and in the workplace. The Electrical Safety Foundation International, or ESFI, leads this annual campaign. The National Safety Council and the U.S. Consumer Protection Safety Commission also support this initiative. Other spearhead organizations include OSHA, NIOSH, the National Electrical Code. Everybody jumps in on National Electrical Safety Month to make sure we're keeping both people in their homes and workers actively working with, high voltage electricity safe. So why this matters, we touched on this a little bit, but we want to reduce electrical accidents by educating the public and key audiences. National Electrical Safety Month aims to decrease the number of electrical related fatalities, injuries, fires, and property loss. We also want to promote safe practices. It provides an opportunity to learn about and practice safe electrical habits, such as inspecting cords, avoiding overloading circuits, and using surge protectors. We want to highlight specific risks every year during May, focusing on specific electrical safety concerns, such as lithium-ion battery safety or disaster safety, to address emerging risks. This campaign also helps to raise awareness about the dangers of electricity and the steps individuals can take to stay safe. National Electrical Safety Month encourages individuals and businesses to take proactive steps to ensure electrical safety, such as having electrical work done by qualified professionals and maintaining equipment properly.
The use of electricity is essential for carrying out our daily tasks, but it also poses significant risks if not handled correctly. Electrocutions are among the leading causes of workplace fatalities and injuries. In this video, we'll learn how to recognize electrical hazards in the workplace and discuss essential tips to avoid electrocution. Electrical hazards can be found in various areas of the workplace. Here are some of the most common electrical hazards. Frayed, damaged, or exposed wires can lead to electric shocks or fires. Always look for damaged cords and cables. Overloading circuits or plugging too many devices into a single outlet can cause circuits to overheat, which can cause fires or electrical shocks. Wet conditions. Water and electricity are a deadly combination. Working with electrical equipment in wet or damp environments increases the risk of shocks. Grounding on electrical equipment provides a safe path for electricity in case of a fault. Equipment without proper grounding increases your risk of getting electrocuted. Damaged or missing insulation can lead to serious electrical injuries. Insulation protects you from coming into contact with live wires. Regularly inspect electrical cords, tools, and equipment for signs of damage. Listen for unusual noises. Buzzing or crackling sounds near electrical equipment can indicate faulty wiring or connections. The smell of burning plastic or rubber can signal overheating or an electrical fault. If an electrical outlet, plug, or equipment feels unusually warm, it could be overloaded or malfunctioning. Now, let's go over some ways to avoid electrocution in the workplace. Always de-energize before servicing or repairing any electrical equipment or circuits. Lockout-tagout procedures should be followed to ensure the equipment cannot be energized while work is being performed. Be sure to turn off the power and verify it's off using a voltage tester. When working with electrical components, wear the appropriate personal protective equipment, such as insulated gloves, safety glasses, and flame-resistant clothing. Keep electrical equipment dry and away from water. If you must work in damp conditions, use ground fault circuit interrupters, GFCIs, to protect against shock. When working close to electrical equipment or power lines, use non-conductive ladder to prevent electrocution. Never use damaged tools. Modify them or use them in ways they were not intended. Avoid overloading circuits and distribute electrical loads appropriately. Never plug too many devices into a single outlet or power strip, and avoid using damaged or inappropriate extension cords. If you notice an electrical hazard, report it immediately to your supervisor or maintenance team. Do not attempt to fix electrical issues unless you are qualified and authorized. Pay attention to warning signs and labels on electrical equipment. These are in place to alert you to potential hazards and safe operating procedures. Next, let's review emergency response to electrical incidents. Knowing how to respond to electrical emergencies is just as important as preventing them. If someone is being shocked, do not touch them directly. Use a non-conductive object, like a wooden pole or a plastic item, to separate them from the electrical source. Immediately call emergency services and alert others nearby. Provide as much information as possible about the situation. If it's safe to do so, turn off the power source to stop the electrical flow. If trained and properly certified, provide first aid until emergency responders arrive. Electrical safety is everyone's responsibility. By recognizing electrical hazards and following these tips, you can significantly reduce the risk of electrocution and keep your workplace safe. Thank you for prioritizing electrical safety in your daily work.
Save valuable time by making it easy.
All right, so that was a little bit of the workplace. We're going to take a little more interactive break here again. And watch one of my favorite video clips. How many people here today have been electrocuted? Yep, ceiling fans. And hopefully none of you all saying yes had a shock quite like this one. I hope we're not like the wet bandits, right? It's very common. A lot of static electricity shocks, improperly installed appliances, lighting fixtures. Those are very, very common. How many people here today have been affected by an electrical fire? And this is just one, this is a job site. Unfortunately, she had an electric furnace here. And some of the residual dust particles actually ignited and kind of caused a small explosion on the side of her home, unfortunately. But this was kind of what the aftermath looked like. Good. I'm glad. All these nopes, this is an amazing thing. We don't want this to happen to anyone. And that's why we're here today. We want to help prevent these things from happening. You've had a homeowners affected by an electrical fire. Yeah, it is really scary, Judy, isn't it? Space heater caused fire to come out of an electrical outlet in my office. Oh my gosh, Scott, that's insane. Were you there when it happened? Hopefully. Oh, you saw it. Oh my gosh. We're gonna have to have a sidebar conversation about this incident later because I didn't know. Wow. All right. So this is a story that came out just a week ago, actually, and I was able to pop this in here. There was a massive fire that engulfed the Navy Secretary's home in Colorama. If anybody knows this area of Northwest DC, this is also where the Obamas live. Lots of high-level people in that neighborhood. It was a two-alarm fire that tore through the three-story mansion early Tuesday morning, and it was due to an electrical outlet, improperly wired or just aged. Wires had frayed, caused a spark, and unfortunately caused this massive fire. Each year, electrical malfunctions account for 35,000 fires across the US, causing over 1,100 injuries, 500 deaths, and 1.4 billion in property damage. For all of my insurance professionals on here, that is a staggering number, is it not? Understanding electrical hazards. Electrical hazards are dangers associated with electricity that can cause injuries, including shock, which is the most common, burns, electrocution, or fire. Electrical hazards within a property can range from faulty wiring and overhead circuits to damaged equipment and unsafe practices, posing risks like electric shock, fire, and damage of appliances and personal property. This is just a quick infographic here. We're going to go through each of these in the slides ahead, but let's not overload outlets. This is a surefire way to cause an electrical fire. Unplug appliances when not in use. They help save energy, but also minimizes the risk of shock. Regularly inspect electrical cords and extension cords for damage. Frayed wires are a red flag. Can you please send this diagram? Definitely. I will share that with you, Candy. We want to make sure your residents are staying safe for sure. Electrical cords should only be used on a temporary basis. This is a big one. Everybody's at fault for this. We all have that one extension cord because the outlet's a little bit too far away. And this is a big no-no. I constantly have to tell my technicians not to plug in multiple extension cords. Never plug a space heater into or fan into an extension cord or power strip. Scott, I hope your heater wasn't plugged into an extension cord. Never run cords under rugs, carpets, doors, or windows. This causes the static electricity, which could then cause an electrical fire. No, good. I'm glad. Plug in smartly. Make sure cords do not become tripping hazards. What is OSHA's #1 injury reported year after year? Fall hazards. So this is a big one. We're throwing it in there. Not part of the topic, but let's stay safe, people. Keep papers and other potential combustibles at least 3 feet away from space heaters and other heat sources. We see this a lot in the wintertime, guys. Lots of space heater fires because people put the space heaters too close to their bedding or too close to a curtain or right next to their laundry basket. It happens all the time, unfortunately. Make sure you use proper wattage for lamps and lighting, and make sure your home has smoke alarms. Test them monthly, change batteries, and replace the unit every 10 years. So again, some common electrical hazards, faulty wiring. This also includes outdated wiring, damaged insulation of the wiring, or improperly installed. They can all create a fire hazard or cause electric shock. Overloaded circuits, plugging too many appliances in or devices into a single outlet. Everybody remembers the Griswold's Christmas movie, right? It looked spectacular. He lit up the half of the state, but huge electrical fire risk. Damaged equipment and power tools, frayed cords, loose connections, or exposed wires on appliances and tools can be dangerous and increase the risk of shock or fire. Improper grounding. The lack of proper grounding can lead to electric shocks and also cause damage to appliances. And then wet areas and water, it's always a red flag. Never use electrical devices in standing water or wet areas unless you have GFCI protection for the electrical outlet. Incorrect use of fuses and circuit breakers can also cause overload of circuits. Replacing them too frequently can be a sign of a larger problem. Definitely call in a professional to have your property's electrical system inspected. Use of electrical devices in wet conditions. Again, we're going to harp on this. Never walk in standing water during a flood. There's red flag if you smell a smoke or burning smell. A burning or rubbery smoke smell coming from equipment is a serious warning sign and should be addressed immediately. And I put in a note here that some people do report that electrical smoke smells like fish or ozone. If you're not cooking fish, this is a red flag. The average American home was built on or before 1977. Many existing homes simply cannot handle the demands of today's electrical appliances and devices. We talked a little bit about this last month when we were talking about rolling blackouts and things like that. This is also a cause of that. The electrical load to your city's infrastructure can also play a card in this as well. More on pre-1977 homes. So the reason why this 1977 date exists is due to the National Electrical Code. Pre-1977 electrical wiring systems and dwellings may not comply with current NEC standards, particularly regarding the use of aluminum wiring and the presence of GFCI protection. What is GFCI? I know a lot of people, especially I saw some of my friends in here talk about this when I asked the initial question. Ground fault circuit interrupters quickly interrupt the flow of electricity, significantly reducing the risk of an electrocution, especially in areas where water and electricity are near each other, like bathrooms, kitchens, or outdoors. While aluminum wiring was used during the copper shortage in the 60s and 70s, it is no longer code compliant due to safety concerns. Additionally, older systems may lack the necessary GFCI protection in areas like bathrooms, kitchens, outdoors, which are required by the current NEC. So here are some preventative measures. We're going to go through these and then we have some more goodies down the road. Always perform regular inspections. Have your electrical system inspected by a qualified electrician annually. Seek professionals. Always hire a qualified electrician. Please try not to DIY this. Your life is at risk. We don't want that. We want to make sure everyone is staying safe. Never overload circuits. Use extension cords only on a temporary basis. Inspect equipment for damage and avoid using electrical equipment near water. Ground fault protection. Ensure proper ground fault protection in areas where water and electricity could come into contact. Pre-1977, look into updating your property's electrical systems. Look for red flags, flickering lights, burning smells, warm outlets, and frequently trip breakers are all signs that need to be addressed promptly. Replace damaged equipment immediately. If you see frayed cords, wires, or equipment damages, check for UL inspection. Proper storage. Store flammable materials away from electrical equipment. And appliance care. Ensure appliances have proper air circulation, adequate airflow, and this can help prevent overheating and risk of a fire. True or false? It's safe to use an extension cord year-round if they are not frayed or damaged. Let's see who's listening. Good job, guys! It is false. It is not safe to use an extension cord year-round. While extension cords are convenient, they can be a safety hazard if they are not properly used and maintained. Over time, even if they don't appear frayed or damaged, the insulation can dry out and crack, making them a risk for electrical shock or fire. So sometimes it's the damage you don't see that causes the most harm. This up here is a story from a local family. Her quick actions prevented potential catastrophic fire and property damage. I'm going to read her story. Big thank you to the Spring Ridge Fire Department for coming to our house last night to check out a burning plastic smell coming from an outlet. You were fast, professional, and so kind, especially when I was in full-on panic mode. Who isn't in a time like that? I really appreciate how calm and helpful you were. We're so lucky to live in such an amazing neighborhood. I can't say enough about how comforting it was to see neighbors outside checking in ready to help. Fire department got here within minutes of my call, which was such a relief, with my husband away on a work trip. Sorry for all the noise. Lights, sirens, and our dogs going crazy was definitely a scene, but we're so grateful to live in a place where people look out for each other. This is what they found. So the burning smell was from this electrical outlet. It had been overloaded and it was going to cause a fire. And luckily, she was home. She was able to smell that there was some kind of an odor, and she knew that was a red flag. And she potentially saved her entire family and home from a catastrophic disaster. And shout out to the Frederick County Fire and Rescue. All right, property damages caused by electrical hazards. We're going to break this down for you, what it can actually do to your property. Fire and smoke destruction. Fire not only burns the structure, it leaves smoke residue inside walls, HVAC, and personal property. VOCs, volatile organic compounds, and other carcinogens from the electrical smoke holds a distinct odor and is toxic. It contains chemicals released from burning materials like plastic, insulation, and wires, which can cause respiratory problems, eye irritation, and other health issues. Structural damage. Electrical fires can cause structural damage to walls, floors, roofs, and foundation. Water damage. Firefighting efforts often soak interiors, leading to secondary damages like mold growth, further exacerbating the property damage. Loss of personal belongings. Electrical fires can destroy personal belongings, causing substantial financial loss. And damage to appliances and electronics. Smoke can be highly corrosive and damage electrical systems, appliances, electronics, and other property. Electrical system circuits must be rebuilt entirely after fires or surges. And then this here is just this is a 3 alarm fire in Laurel that we helped take care of. There were unfortunately 12 units affected from a porch fire. And this is what the aftermath looks like before the board up. Learn the warning signs of an overloaded electrical system. Frequent tripping of circuit breakers or blowing of fuses, dimming of lights when other devices are turned on. But this, so I'm going to pause here for that one. Microwaves are the biggest culprit of that. If your home's electrical system kind of fluctuates in and out and the lights kind of flicker a little bit whenever you use your microwave, your kitchen's electrical system might be getting overloaded due to that microwave. Buzzing sound from switches or outlets, discolored outlets, appliances that seem underpowered. How to avoid overloading circuits. Label your circuit breakers to understand the different circuits in your home. Have your home inspected by a qualified electrician, especially if it's older than 40 years or has had a major appliance installed recently. Have a qualified electrician install new circuits for high energy use devices. And reduce your electrical load by using energy efficient appliances and lighting. Even seemingly low voltage electricity, like static, can be dangerous if it causes a significant flow of current through the body. Serious consequences like burns or even heart rhythm disturbances can occur. Moving along, here is another case study from Arlington. There was a severe storm in July 2022. It knocked out a transformer, sending massive surges into a residential complex. While this multifamily complex did not really sustain a lot of damages from the storm itself, it had tons of damages from the power surge. Destroyed HVACs, appliances, home electrical panels, over 300,000 in property damages reported. The power outages and subsequent voltage surges from these events likely caused the secondary damages to the electrical devices. Surge protectors and whole property surge suppression systems are critical to protect personal property from surges. And last, I always include this one in here. Develop an emergency plan before disaster strikes. An emergency plan ensures you, your family, staff, or tenants know what to do, where to go, and who to contact when disaster strikes. It helps reduce confusion, damage, and risk. Make sure you have your emergency contacts. This includes utilities, restoration companies like Tri-State, your insurance professionals, your local agent, local emergency services. Share with all household members, staff, or residents. Evacuation and shelter in place procedures. Make sure you have clear routes and backup exits. There should be 2 exits per room. Safe areas for weather emergencies or power loss should be distributed out to anyone who needs to know where to go and who to talk to. Communication plan, how you'll contact family, residents, or employees. Test smoke alarms monthly, replace batteries 2 times a year. Resource access, location of emergency kit, flashlights, backup power, water shut-off valves. Make sure you know where all of these things are so that you can actively go and help prevent more damage. Digital and printed copies of insurance and ID documents. Keep these in a weather-resistant bag so that you can easily carry it with you when you need it. And then always think about special needs and vulnerable individuals. We want to make sure we're accommodating medical devices, pets, children, or elderly occupants. I have a few pro tips here. Review and practice your plan twice a year and update it after any major property change. Document your belongings. There's inventory apps out there like Encircle or Sortly. Also, reach out to your local agent for your property's policy. Ask them for advice on, what types of things should I document within my property. Let's say I have a catastrophic loss. What about all of my personal property? It's not just high dollar value things, it's also sentimental things. You want to make sure you have documented evidence of those things existing. And then also review your property's insurance policy annually. Know your coverages and your limits when you need the most. Which of the following worries you the most at your property? Now that we have heard all the things and we know all of the fear factors, out of these, what are you most afraid of? Me personally, it's the DIY electrical work. I do not trust myself with electricity. I will always hire a professional. There's no YouTube video on earth that will help prevent me from death. So I will always contact a professional. Residents, yeah. Same. Yep, old wiring. It's tricky. You have, all the 70s wiring. If your home hasn't been rewired, it could pose a potential risk for sure. Residents are the scariest. Yes, Candy, and yours are very special. Power surges. Yes. Yes, Kelly. Appliance failures. Yep. Definitely. So all of these are red flags. We want to make sure we are actively thinking about everything when we're thinking about property damage. If a fire started in your home or office, do you know how to safely shut off the electricity? Yes. Awesome. Awesome. I know where the panel is. Perfect. Great. Well, for anyone who doesn't, I'm gonna throw out Mr. Dion Gray here. Many of you guys met him earlier this year on a coffee break. He is one of my colleagues here at Tri-State, and he has this really fun series on YouTube called Heads Up Update. In just a short minute, all of his videos are a minute or less. In just a short minute, he shares quick tips to help prevent disaster. His most recent one was a Memorial Day themed one, and it's all about grilling safety. So while it may be dreary outside, the sun will return soon. Definitely check out his video on grilling safety and make sure once you spark up that grill for your next barbecue, you are keeping safe. So do you know how to shut off your electricity? If you want to learn in less than a minute, please head over to YouTube, check out our heads up update video, and subscribe to Tri-State Restores on YouTube. If we get 20 new subscribers this week, Dion will share this tip out with everyone as a special virtual coffee break themed tip. In closing, if you suspect you have property damage, property hazard, or require our assistance with water, fire, smoke, lead, or biohazard damages, give us a call. We are available 24/7 to help with your disaster or your client's disaster. And we mean it, we are 24/7. That is live. There is always a live representative from my team answering the phone. There's no call centers overseas. No strangers talking to. You will either get me, Mr. Dion, our owner, our operations manager, somebody from my team will be answering. And there's no question too small or too big when it comes to protecting you and your property. Any questions? Ah, yes, who are the winners? I'm glad you're so eager to find out. We haven't quite gotten there yet, so hang tight. We will get there and we'll use the random number generator. Thanks, Lynn. Thanks, Grace. So, any questions, guys? Hopefully, everybody learned a little something to take home with them today or take back to their offices, as it may be. We're gonna let these kind of roll through. I'm gonna get on with the grand prize drawing here. Let me check out my random number generator and see who is the winner today. Oh, right. Sorry, I gotta scroll through all these names, guys. Let's see. And congratulations, Mr. Chris Kellogg. You are lucky number 6. You just won yourself an Amazon gift card, sir. So I will reach out to you after today's presentation. You'll get an email from me and we will get this over to you. It's gonna be a digital gift card. But there's more. I feel like the ShamWow guide today. Second prize, and I know you guys already have this typed up and ready to go, but please read the description. Chat us one thing you want to learn about next month during our coffee break for a chance to win a $5 Starbucks gift card. I switched it up on you guys this month. Sorry, not sorry. The first 10 responses will get a digital $5 Starbucks gift card. What do we want to learn about, guys? The safety, okay, that's pretty general. It's always going to be safety. Recovery, again, it's always going to be something to do with recovery. Fire recovery. Amy, it's been a while since we've talked fire damage. I love that. Hurricane safety. Perfect timing, Candy. Effects of water damage and mold. Yes. Sewer and plumbing safety. Oh, that's a great one, Paul. We do need to get into a little bit more of the plumbing safety. Amazing. Thank you guys. You just added more ammunition into my toolbox, and now I know exactly what you'd like to hear about. Hoarding basics, Candy. That one, it could be a very long coffee break. Plumbing with safety, perfect. Hurricane safety would be great. Hurricane season officially starts when? June, and it goes through September. In our area, the majority of the damages hit smack in the middle of August. So we will definitely be talking about some hurricane safety tips coming up soon. Thank you all so much. Truly appreciate the opportunity to be able to present to you guys once a month. And I appreciate you showing up and having a cup of coffee with me. If you need us, I sincerely hope you don't, but if you do, here's how to contact us. And again, let me know if you have topic ideas, random things, drop me a line. I love this. I love being able to provide to you what you need. And we'll see you all June 25th. Thanks so much, everyone. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Try and stay warm and dry. We're going to get some sunny days again soon. I promise. Have a fantastic day.